Okay, we got a couple updates regarding the MrBeast situation. First off, the ex-employee who exposed MrBeast, Dogpack, has tweeted out a cryptic 48-hour timer, which I assume is hinting to a second exposed video on MrBeast. Now, apparently, he was saying that this video has even worse allegations than the first video, and obviously that could be pretty bad for MrBeast, considering the first one got 10 million views. Now, I'm just praying that it's not about the charity work that Jimmy does, because that stuff has always made me like MrBeast, because, you know, he seemingly does help people, and I want to support that. Anyways, we'll know the answer in a couple days, and of course, I'll be updating you guys then as well. But till then, here's everything that's gone down since the last video 4 days ago. First off, the story regarding beastgames has actually gone mainstream because the New York Times put out an article titled "Willing to Die for MrBeast and 5 Million." The contestants in the internet stars beastgames expected outlandish challenges and signed contracts that acknowledged risks of serious injury and death. Still, few were prepared for the conditions on set. Basically, it had a lot of allegations towards MrBeast, saying that the conditions of filming were just horrible, with contestants allegedly getting injured, allegedly given medication late, apparently even took their underpants for some reason and then forgot to give it back for a long time. Lots of wacky allegations. Now, from the people that I individually interviewed, it was pretty mixed. You know, some people had a perfectly fine experience, and some people had a horrible experience, so it's definitely split depending on where you were in the game. But here's a couple highlights from the article. Over a dozen people who participated in the first installment of Beast Games said that they had not received adequate food or medical care, and that some competitors had suffered injuries from the physical challenges. Another described watching fellow contestants vomiting and appearing to pass out. There were several hospitalizations. That's obviously not good, not something you want to see happen in a sort of innocent game show. We signed up for the show, but we didn't sign up for not being fed or watered or treated like human beings, one contestant told the Times. Like many of the people who appeared in MrBeast YouTube videos, some of the contestants said that they needed the cash to pay for things like student loans and medical debt. After learning that they would be competing against twice as many people, some said they felt they had been misled about the odds of winning. Apparently, they thought they'd be competing against 1,000 people, but it turned out to be 2,000 instead. One meal described by several contestants included a tiny portion of cold oatmeal, one hard-boiled egg, and a few pieces of raw vegetables. We're all just looking up at the sky, screaming at him like he's God, one contestant said. Guards dressed entirely in black, complete with face coverings, flanked the field. I guess it was sort of to emulate that Squid Game vibe, but some people might think that it's a bit dystopian, you know, like you're actually bringing it to life. Despite reassurance that contestants' medications would be distributed to them when needed, several contestants said they had not received their medication on time, including one contestant who needed insulin. That is actually really bad. Instead of receiving it hours or even days after their scheduled dosing times. Yeah, this could lead to some serious problems, especially things like insulin. One contestant said that she had initially been denied the food she required to take her medication and had been told by staff members that she didn't actually need to eat. After asking repeatedly, she was given half a banana. Why half? Why not the full thing? What's going on here? Here's the part about the alleged underpants taking. Contestants were instructed to supply the production staff with a Ziploc bag containing 5 days worth of undergarments, which would be distributed to contestants once the games were underway. But several contestants said that they had waited hours or even days to receive their clean underwear. Ain't no way this guy's making them wear dirty underwear, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, we actually have some details about the challenges. Allegedly, there were 3 challenges. I know what they are because the contestants told me, but I'm not sure I'm allowed to reveal it, so I'm only going to say what's in the article here, right? The first challenge involved 5 teams of 400 people pulling ropes attached to 10,000-pound weights as fast as possible. The issues began, participants said, when they were broken into those teams. A scramble for team pennies quickly became chaotic and frightening. Several said, describing a crush of people pushing and shoving other contestants while the production staff was unable to calm the crowd. One contestant described hyperventilating amid the scene. Another said that she had been almost horizontal and had feared being trampled. Yeah, this is the issue, having physical challenges when your contestants are male, female, and elderly as well, because obviously the young and fit guys are just going to absolutely body everyone, and there should be some rules against that. You can't just, roughhouse people and, win that way, right? I don't know. I feel like the challenges chosen should have been something that's like more similar to the Squid Game stuff where, you're cutting out a little bit of a cookie or something like that, where, where there's no like obvious advantages to certain groups of people, right? Now, the article ends with an ominous line. They had signed a contract that they were willing to die for this. Now, in defense of MrBeast, I'm pretty sure that's like standard practice in like reality TV or game shows and stuff like that. But of course, people are not expecting to die in a game like this. These contracts are just to waive any liability if people get injured or something like that, right? Here's some of the top comments. When suffering and debasement are the conditions of so-called charity, what actually is taking place is exploitation. It's not philanthropy, so please don't call it that. It's internet entertainment of the worst kind. This guy's indicative of exactly what's wrong with the world right now. The fact that he has millions of followers only proves my point. You know, I've always thought that the philanthropy is a little bit separate, right? Like if he's building homes for people in Africa, that's obviously amazing and stuff like that. But if he needs to do something for entertainment or content, I understand that. But obviously, people need to be safe, right? You can't be having these sort of mismanaged conditions there, allegedly, right? Looking forward to the episode of MrBeast where his victims sue him into bankruptcy. All right, so as I said, all those are allegations. I personally do not know what went down there because I personally wasn't there, but there seemed to be a lot of reports from a lot of people that are concerning. Now, we got to move on to the next thing. We got to talk about MrBeast's latest video, the one about the nuclear bunker, and there's a lot of controversy regarding that one as well. Here we have a tweet about the dislikes on the video. MrBeast might be cooked, actually. 500k plus dislikes in an hour and still counting on his latest video. Jimmy and his team are also deleting all the comments mentioning the Chris Tyson situation. Is this the downfall of MrBeast? And he's attached a screenshot with 900k likes and 500k dislikes, which seemingly looks bad. And he's attached a video where you're trying to click the replies of a comment, but it disappears because that comment is getting deleted in real time. Basically, anybody being sort of critical towards MrBeast or anybody pointing out any of these situations, any of the many dramas, and mentioning Dogpack, they're probably sort of like banned from his comment section, right? Now, this tweet actually got community noted. YouTube stopped reporting dislikes in 2021. The number reported in the image is an estimate based on an extension called Return YouTube Dislike. It is calculated from dislikes submitted by extension users and can overestimate the actual number of dislikes on a video. Okay, basically people are saying that it's not that many dislikes, right? Now, it turns out Drumler reached out to the MrBeast team to get the actual dislikes on the video. We apologize. We just deleted a tweet showing 500k dislikes on MrBeast's new upload. This info came up from a third-party app that allows you to see the dislikes. Fellow creators reached out saying that the third-party app is not to be trusted. We also got in contact with MrBeast, and here's a screenshot of allegedly the actual dislikes on the video, which is only 4,099.6%, which is definitely sus. The current dislikes directly from the MrBeast team. Chucky, the fake PR guy, responded as well. Here's a video in case anyone thinks it's fake. The Chrome extension saying it had 1 million dislikes is false. And Chucky has attached this video where he's scrolling and pulls up the dislikes, and you can see 20,000 dislikes there and 99.1% ratio. He's refreshed it a couple times to prove that it's real. Now, do I believe the MrBeast team is lying about these dislikes? I cannot say, okay? I just know that this Chucky guy will do absolutely anything to get good PR for MrBeast, and the math does not add up. The amount of people commenting about this controversy and knowing about the MrBeast drama, the original Dogpack video has 10 million views. My videos combined have like, I don't know, 10, 12 million views as well. It is one of the biggest dramas on YouTube. It is pretty much obvious that MrBeast's latest video will get disliked. I do not support that. I do not encourage that, by the way. But it is likely that people will go out of the way to dislike these videos, so it is very unlikely there's a 99.1% ratio. But I also don't believe it has 1 million dislikes. In reality, I think the real number is somewhere in between those two numbers. You can form your own conclusions there. But very weird that YouTube is not showing an accurate picture of the dislikes there. I remember they removed the dislike button supposedly to protect smaller creators, at least that was their cited reason. But turns out it only ended up protecting larger creators and larger brands who ever get into some sort of controversy, right? And it also made it much harder to detect scam videos. Now, the creator of the Return YouTube Dislike extension has responded as well. By now, 87k users with an extension disliked the video and only 56k liked it. So we can see already he's saying 87k disliked it, yet on the studio, we don't see anything past 20k. Maybe it was at a different time, but very suspicious. A very good portion of these users users were created a long time ago. If we want to believe that these dislikes are botted, someone would have to come up with this plan over a year ago, create tens of thousands of fake accounts, keep realistic looking activity on these accounts for a year, pretending to be real people, and only today would they attack MrBeast. So basically they're real. Regarding the figure in the screenshot, I simply do not see it possible for the video to be performing better than their channel average despite all the controversy. I completely agree. It could be that YouTube is not updating dislike counts in YouTube Studio for some reason. Some random reason, guys. Some random reason that all the comments are also getting deleted, like just getting wiped off the face of the earth. There is no war in Ba Sing Se, guys. There's just nothing going on at all. MrBeast is squeaky clean, of course. I just hate how they try to sweep everything under the rug like some sort of Hollywood type project where something secret, something shady, and something genuinely, potentially, allegedly illegal is going on. And yet they don't even bother giving their fans an answer. Like, I like Jimmy. If you just have to scroll on my channel seeing the 50 videos I made defending him to know that I like Jimmy. And I just want a response from him because I feel betrayed, you know, seeing all these allegations come up, you know? And inaccuracy is definitely possible due to how controversial this video is. After all, the extension serves 20 million people on a budget of 500, can never be as accurate as Google. I can imagine the estimate being wrong by 2 to 3 times simply because how different an average member of MrBeast's audience is from an average dislike extension user, but the numbers from the screenshot are simply impossible. Exactly only 4,000 or 20,000 dislikes is just unheard of. I don't know what Chucky is trying to prove here. He obviously knows that's wrong as well. Now we gotta talk about the reports from several people that MrBeast is deleting comments from his video. MrBeast team is actively deleting all the comments from his latest video that talk about him being exposed, and he's attached 2 videos here. I'm about 99% sure this is a YouTube bug. Jimmy isn't giving people full access to the number one YouTube channel just to delete comments. This is incredibly naive. He's managed by an agency. They're doing it. Obviously, this is happening. We can see it in real time. Now, they can claim that YouTube is auto-deleting any negative comments towards MrBeast, but that would make no sense. They've clearly banned certain phrases from the comment section, such as maybe dog pack or MrBeast drama or something like that, where people literally have to change languages to type their comments in because that way it doesn't get flagged or something. Here are some comments from MrBeast's latest video. It appears people are trying to get past the filters. Stop deleting comments, this is staged, and basically they don't put any space bar because somehow that gets caught in the filter and gets deleted. Remember back then when it wasn't all about the money? We all miss old MrBeast. I miss the old days of MrBeast. Are you being paid to delete these comments? And it's very weird because none of these have replies. So I don't know if these are bots or actual real people whose replies are getting deleted. It's just really confusing to me because nobody is being transparent. YouTube's not transparent. Jimmy's not transparent. So I don't really know what's happening here. Mr. Deleting comments. Okay. Jimmy probably put a filter on comments. Nobody put spaces so he can't delete your comments. So you can see that a lot of people are essentially commenting. In fact, the amount of likes on these negative comments is already outweighing the supposed dislikes. So that already tells me that this video has been disliked way more than Chucky from the MrBeast team actually shared. So I don't know, take that as you will. Now this is obviously a very bad look in my opinion when you try to silence any criticism by deleting comments, sending cease and desist, sending a random Chucky employee to respond to the allegations for you, especially a guy like Chucky, when we know you're watching in the back and have responded to the Ava Chris Tyson situation. Apparently that situation got big enough that you're talking about it, but this situation, which is even bigger and involves you directly, that you can't talk about. Now, I know he's not going to make a video and signal boost it to another 300 million people, but at least make a tweet, man. These are some horrible allegations and people want to know the truth, even your supporters. Now, another thing that people want to know is this controversy actually affecting MrBeast in any way? Well, right now, it really seems like he's too big to fail, that even videos with 10 million views exposing him barely make a dent at all, and he can just delete the comments, send a cease and desist, and the situation goes away. And basically, people like some of the philanthropy work that MrBeast does. They see that he's building homes for people, and they say that, oh, he's doing good things, therefore everything else can be overlooked. Doesn't matter if it's extremely shady. But in reality, that's obviously not how it works, but that's how people will defend him. Now, I think it will all depend on Dogpack's next video, which may possibly go into MrBeast's like charity endeavors and things like Team Seas, which was apparently not doing much for the ocean. So especially if there's things wrong with this charity work or something, that would be absolutely horrible. Praying not, obviously, but yeah, till then, he is really just too big to fail. Anyways, next video will maybe be the last one regarding the situation. It really depends on how bad the new Dogpack allegations are. So stay tuned for that. They'll be in 2 days from now. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.